Well, guys, do you know this guy on your screen right there? Do you know that gentleman? I bet you might not. That's Elon Musk back in the 90s. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the heck? That's Elon Musk back in the 90s? Yeah, you know what? Hey, man. Being a billionaire, life is good. You can kind of like turn back the clock a little bit, okay? So Elon Musk has been in the news a lot lately. And I mean like a lot lately for a lot of big news stories out there. And it's not just like in the stock market community. He's been in the news. He's done several things very recently that have gotten the world talking about Elon Musk. Let's put it that way, okay? I mean, he just had a kid. You know, that's awesome. I know he's had many kids over the years, but he just had a new baby. And what is that baby's name? I mean, let's just call the baby Math, because honestly, I have no clue how the heck to pronounce that name, okay? Let me know in that comment section if you know how the baby's going to be pronounced, okay? That was a huge news. Everybody was talking about that, right? Then today, he goes on Joe Rogan. That's released first thing this morning, right? The Joe Rogan podcast. And I know as far as Tesla shareholders go, everybody was like, what's about to happen? Because remember what happened last time Elon Musk went on Joe Rogan? Yeah, there was that whole thing, okay? So needless to say, in that whole thing that dropped Tesla stock price, that caused a ton of controversy, a ton of stress around Elon Musk and things like that. So people are real worried about what would happen on Joe Rogan today, and it looks like everything was okay. The stock hardly went down today. I mean, it was a green day for the market, so you should have assumed Tesla stock would have been up, but at least it wasn't down massively, because usually, assuming he goes on Joe Rogan, there might have been something crazy that would happen, and the stock like would have went down huge. And that was obviously not the situation this time, okay? But what has made stock market news so heavy over the past few days is a tweet he sent out May 1st saying Tesla stock price is too high in my opinion. And ever since that tweet was sent out, I've received a ridiculous amount of comments and messages from people wondering my perspective. Somebody that's a Tesla shareholder and somebody that knows a good amount about what CEOs can do and what they can't do. Is the SEC going to come back after him again? The last time Elon Musk was in the news for a tweet in relation to Tesla stock price, it was back on August 7th of 2018, right? That's when he sent that tweet, I'm considering taking Tesla private at $420, funding secured. It's an famous tweet, probably the most famous tweet in stock market history, right? And that tweet led to a massive decline ultimately in Tesla's stock price from there. It led to a year of just, a lot of uncertainty around Tesla. It led to a lot of questions about Elon Musk's judgment, about Tesla's real valuation. Saying you're going to take it private at 420, does that mean essentially you think it's only worth 300 something, right? Because if you're going to take it private at 420, you always want to get a premium. So maybe you only think the company's worth 300 something dollars a share. So it led to those questions. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about that time about would Elon Musk be removed as Tesla's CEO? Would he be removed as Tesla's CEO? Would he be barred from being a CEO of not just Tesla, but any public company in the future? There was a lot of talk about that. Elon Musk took fines. He went on 60 Minutes. He said he had no respect for the SEC. It was a dramatic situation. He had to go to court for it. And ultimately, in the end, I think he got a $20 million fine, as well as Tesla had to pay a fine as well, as if I recall. And ultimately, he was able to stay on as the CEO. They did have to add a couple new board members and things like that. And they're supposed to have somebody that vets Elon Musk tweets, but I don't think that honestly really happens in the end, okay? So like I said, I've received crazy amounts of messages from people asking, is the SEC going to force him out of Tesla now? Is he gonna be forced out? Is there a likelihood that will happen? And I'm here to tell you, no, there's not, okay? There's not. In my opinion, this tweet, and we'll go into depth about why I feel this way, this will not be something that gets him removed as CEO. This is nothing that the SEC, in my personal opinion, can come after him for and say, you know what, yeah, we're going to have to remove you now, because we do know he's on kind of thin ice with the SEC, right? And we know the SEC does have the right, if they can prove it, to basically remove him from his position and bar him from being an executive of a public company like a Tesla. And obviously, a lot of us that are Tesla shareholders, we feel like there's an Elon Musk premium in there for what Elon Musk brings to the table and how he can control a company and continue to build it and things like that. So I'm here to tell you, no, he will not be forced out of Tesla. Let me explain, okay? Why not, okay? You guys know the drill. Smash a thumb, eat a plum, a bang on a drum, okay? So what we're looking at here, I know a lot of people don't want to do actual research work, so I did the research work for you, okay? I went to the SEC website, and on the SEC website, we're going to get to laws and things, and there aren't that many really like rules and laws for like a CEO. Here in the Code of Ethics for CEO and Senior Financial Officers. Let's just kind of read through a few of these real quick, and we'll just see if Elon Musk's tweet he sent about basically feeling Tesla stock price is too high, if that violates any of these, okay? The CEO and all senior financial officers are responsible for full, fair, accurate, timely, and understandable audits and interim financial statements and the periodic reports required to be filed by a company in the SEC. Okay, it's not going to fit into anything like that, right? Let's go down to number 2. The CEO and each senior financial officer shall promptly bring to the attention of the audit committee any information he or she may have concerning significant deficiencies in the design or operation of internal controls which could adversely affect the company's ability to record, process, summarize, or report financial data. That's not going to fall into anything there, okay? Number 3, the CEO and each senior financial officer shall promptly bring to the attention of the general counsel or the CEO and to the audit committee any information he or she may have concerning any violation of the Code of Ethics, including any actual or apparent conflicts of interest between personnel and professional relationships involving any management or other employees who may have a significant role in the company's financial reporting, audits, or internal controls. Obviously, that wouldn't fit there. And there are 3 other things here, okay? The CEO and each senior financial officer shall promptly bring to the attention of the general counsel or the CEO and to the audit committee any information he or she may have concerning evidence of material violation of the securities or other laws, rules, and regulation applicable to the company in the operation of its business by the company or any agent thereof. A violation of Code of Ethics? Nah, it's not fitting in there, okay? Number 5, the board of directors shall determine or designate appropriate persons to determine appropriate actions to be taken in the event of a violation of the Code of Ethics. It's not going to really fit into anything there. And the last one, number 6 here, okay? The CEO and each senior financial officer shall keep written record or receipts. Okay, that's not going to be it either, okay? So we just went through all those, and you know, Elon Musk's tweet could definitely not fit any of those in the Code of Ethics, okay? Now, what was the major issue with the past tweet Elon Musk sent out August 7th, 2018? How does it differ from this tweet, okay? So here's where it was kind of muddy waters with the tweet Elon Musk sent out in August of 2018, okay? One, it was during the trading day. You know, you really don't want to send out a material tweet about the stock price during the trading day. It's not really like a rule you can't do that. It's just not that great of an idea, right? I mean, you send out something like that, like the company's going to go private, 420 in the middle of a trading day, and you do it on Twitter. It's not even like it's a business wire news story. Like, that's the type of stuff you would see come out way before the market opens or after the market closes. That's just usually the way it goes. So during the trading day, not ideal, but it could be seen as manipulative. Why? Well, he's basically announcing that the stock was going to get sold out at a price that was quite a bit higher than where the stock was trading at that day. Elon Musk, much of his wealth is where? It's tied up in Tesla stock. So the way this could be seen by somebody, the SEC for instance, or anybody trying to enforce this, they look at this tweet and they're like, okay, the majority of your personal wealth, and you're the CEO of this company, it's tied up in this company named Tesla, and you basically make an announcement that this company is just going to go private in the middle of a trading day. And so if you're the SEC, you're looking at that and you're like, this seems like this could be some type of securities fraud. Maybe this is something where they're trying to manipulate the stock price out for own personal gain, okay? And that's the way it could be seen. Now, ultimately, Elon Musk couldn't really get taken down for this. Why not? Because he didn't sell any shares. But I can tell you, if Elon Musk that same trading day, after the stock price goes up huge, which once he sent out that tweet, initially it did start going up and up and up. If he would have went ahead and sold a bunch of shares, or he had just bought the stock a few days before, something like that, absolutely, they would have been able to take Elon Musk down for good, because basically he sold the stock, he manipulated it, or it could be looked upon as he manipulated it for a short-term stock price gain, got it up, sold out, and he's the CEO of the company, okay? You know, if you're a random person, you can do whatever, but when you're the CEO of that company, there's a different set of rules for you, okay? You're held at kind of a different standard. So ultimately, they couldn't take Elon Musk down for that, okay? But it was absolutely something that, you know, the SEC actually had to investigate, and it was at least worth their time. Now, this new tweet, okay? I don't even think the SEC is gonna do a full look into this tweet, and here's why, okay? This is what he tweets. Tesla stock price is too high in my opinion, okay? That's his opinion, first off, okay? This is no, okay, so it's during the trading day, yes. It was, once again, you know, Elon Musk, in my opinion, should just stay away from tweeting anything in relation to Tesla stock price. Higher, lower, I don't care. Like, don't even mention Tesla stock during the trading day, in my personal opinion. It was during the trading day, that was kind of the one knock, okay? But ultimately, this couldn't be seen as manipulative to help him out personally. Once again, the majority of his wealth is where? It's tied up in Tesla stock, right? And this is obviously a tweet that hurt Tesla stock quite substantially. The stock actually sold off quite heavily after this tweet came out. So you can't look at it and be like, well, he did that because he wanted to make a bunch of money. No, not really. Obviously, it hurt his wealth in the end, where most of his money's tied up. And also, this is his opinion about Tesla stock price. This is not material info. Material info is something like, our revenue last quarter was blah, blah, blah number. Our net income, you know, this last quarter, and by the way, nobody knows this at the time. If he tweets out that or tells people that, then we're talking. That's material info you shouldn't be giving out unless it's in like a quarterly release or something like that. Or a scenario where you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go private at $420. That's material info, and you can't just be, you know, releasing that on Twitter during a trading day just randomly when people are like, is that even true? Is that false? It's gonna move the stock price huge, okay? You know, at the end of the day, him saying Tesla stock price too high, it's just an opinion. There's no material info there. And no, you know, if he said the stock price is too low, instead of saying too high, still you can't really take him down for that. It's nothing there. Just because he gives his opinion about the stock price, there's nothing there that you can take him down with. There's nothing there that you can say, well, Tesla can fire him now, or, you know, he's in a forced fire situation or going to be barred. You just can't. What do you know, there's nothing you can say about that whole situation, okay? And so at the end of the day, no, Elon Musk is not going to be fired from Tesla, and I doubt the SEC even looks into this. This is way different than the 420 tweet, way different, okay? Ultimately, do I care as somebody that's a Tesla shareholder? Not really. I'd prefer Elon Musk not to talk about Tesla stock price at all during a trading day. I just think that's best. You know, I think that's for all companies, not just Tesla, but I just don't think it's the best move to talk about Tesla, you know, a stock price during an actual trading day. I just don't, okay? So do I care about this? No, I really don't. You know, if Elon Musk said, you know, the stock price was too low, it doesn't mean I'm going out there and buying more Tesla shares. And if he says it's too high, it doesn't mean I'm like going in and I'm like, oh crap, Elon Musk said this, I'm going to go sell my shares. I don't care. I hold my shares in the public account, which is 150 shares there. And we hold some, you know, other Tesla shares in some other accounts. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm happy with my position, and I'm not going to materially trade upon Elon Musk's opinion about Tesla stock price or not. And by the way, I did a full, really in-depth video on financial education too. I know this, you know, video is going to come out on the main channel, but if you didn't get to check out this other video I did on financial education 2, you know, type in the channel name financial education 2 and check out this video. This went in depth, not about Elon Musk's comment, but it went in depth about looking at Tesla stock price and comparing them against other companies and really trying to get to the bottom of, is Elon Musk have a point? Is Tesla stock price really too expensive, or is it actually too cheap? So that's what that video went into. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, let me know in that comment section what your opinion is on, you know, this whole Elon Musk situation. If you think the SEC is going to try to come after him for this, like I said, I don't think so, but you might have a different opinion. So whatever your opinion is, share it in that comment section. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a great day. By the way, we got free resources linked in the description.